Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something absolutely fascinating: how our own minds can be tricked, and more importantly, how we can protect ourselves. We're going to blend some cutting-edge, modern psychology with the ancient, cosmic wisdom of India. So if you've ever felt like your reality was completely turned upside down, you are definitely in the right place. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's kick things off with a simple but really profound question. Have you ever had a friend, a partner, or maybe even an adult make you seriously question your own memories or, your own sanity? Have you ever heard someone say, that never happened, or you're making a massive deal out of literally nothing when you know deep down in your gut that you are right?
Well, there's actually a modern psychological term for this. It's called gaslighting. It's basically a hidden emotional trap that totally thrives on confusion. Think of it as a tactic someone uses to gain control by making you feel like you're always the one overreacting or just remembering things wrong. It sneaks up on you, leaving you feeling really disconnected from yourself. But here's the good news. Once you can name this trap, you can escape it.
Section 1. An ancient game of deceit. The Mahabharata's legendary dice game.
Now, check this out. During a legendary dice game in the epic Mahabharata, a prince named Duryodhana and his uncle Shakuni wanted to completely break down King Yudhishthira's confidence. And guess what? They used the exact same 3 tricks gaslighters use today. First, they rigged the dice to distort reality. Second, they aggressively questioned the king's memory, totally mocking him to make him doubt himself. And third, after stealing literally everything, they fiercely denied cheating and just called the king a sore loser. Crazy, right?
Section 2. The Psychology of Illusion. Teen Gaslighting in the Modern World.
You don't need to be in an ancient kingdom to face these mind games. They happen in our school hallways, in friend groups, and in online chats every single day. Gaslighting can be super subtle, but a pattern usually emerges. If you find yourself constantly doubting your own decisions, apologizing when you've done nothing wrong, pulling away from your family because you feel misunderstood, or feeling forced to accept really hurtful insults just because their mask is jokes, you might be dealing with a modern-day illusionist. And hey, it is perfectly okay if you felt this way. It happens to the absolute best of us.
So the crucial point here is the clash of realities. The manipulator creates a totally false narrative, like saying, wow, you're way too sensitive, mostly just to avoid taking any responsibility for their own actions. Meanwhile, they're actively trying to erase your true feelings. But remember this, your emotions are valid. This is basically a battle over whose version of reality wins out, and your ultimate shield is your own truth.
Section 3. Maya, the Cosmic Illusion. Scaling up to the universe.
Okay, let's scale this way, way up. Because gaslighting isn't just a human trick. Ancient philosophers actually believed the universe itself plays a similar trick on us. In Hindu philosophy, there's this concept called Maya, which is the ultimate, grand illusion. It's the idea that the universe tricks us into believing we are all just separate, isolated individuals struggling in a material world, which hides the really beautiful truth that everything is deeply connected. To put that into perspective, imagine walking down a path in dim light and suddenly seeing a deadly snake. Your heart races. Your fear is completely 100% real. But when you shine a lantern on it, you see it's just a harmless piece of rope. The ancient school of Advaita Vedanta uses this awesome analogy to show how easily our minds can be tricked into fearing something fake. The fear is real, but the danger, just an illusion.
Section 4. Finding your true self. Ancient cures to modern manipulation.
But if our minds can be tricked so easily by our peers, or even by the cosmos itself, how do we find our unshakable true self? Well, we can use an incredible ancient tool called neti, which translates to not this, not this. Think of it as a mental force field. When someone tries to stick a negative label on you, or you feel a fake, anxious thought creeping in, you literally tell yourself, neti. I am not this thought, I am not this fake label. You just keep eliminating what you aren't until only the real, powerful you remains.
To really grasp the vast inner power you hold once you clear away all those illusions, let's look at this ancient story. A wise sage was teaching his son, and he asked him to crack open a tiny banyan tree seed. Inside, there appeared to be absolutely nothing. But the sage explained that just as that tiny, seemingly empty seed holds the invisible, massive potential to grow into a sprawling forest, your profound, unbreakable potential is hidden right there inside you, just waiting to grow.
And he gave his son another really beautiful example.
Imagine dissolving a lump of salt into a glass of water. You can't see the salt anymore, right? But if you take a sip, the salt is everywhere. Just as that invisible salt fills the water, a boundless, ultimate energy, known as Brahman, completely fills every single fiber of your being.
Which leads us to the ultimate ancient truth, Tat Twam Asi, meaning you are that. Honestly, this is a real game changer. You aren't the small, confused victim a manipulator wants you to be. You are that. You are directly connected to the infinite, whole, unbreakable energy of the universe itself. No one can take that away from you.
And what's super amazing is that modern psychology is pretty much just now catching up to this. Research on mindfulness perfectly matches ancient texts like the Mandukya Upanishad, showing us a literal map of our minds to help us find and protect that unshakable self.
This map breaks down 4 states of mind: waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. But your secret superpower against mind games? It's the 4th state, Turiya. This is the witness state. It's when you become the quiet observer of your own mind. It lets you calmly step back, watch a manipulator's tricks without getting swept up in the emotion, and safely build a wall against their toxic illusions.
Section 5. Questions for self-discovery. Breaking free from the illusion. As we gently draw this explainer to a close, let's just take a deep, soothing breath together. I want to leave you with a few powerful questions to help anchor you back into your true self. Pause for a moment and really reflect. Whose voice is actually speaking in your head right now? Are those doubts and fears truly yours, or were they planted there by someone else's illusion? Does that voice actually serve your highest good? Think about it. What would happen if you trusted your own memory and feelings just a little bit more today? Imagine the incredible power you reclaim when you trust yourself. Maybe try keeping a journal. When you write down events as they actually happen, you create a solid, undeniable anchor to the truth that no one can ever move.
Finally, step back into that quiet observer mode we talked about. Realize this: if you can sit back and observe the illusion, observe the gaslighting, and even observe your own doubts, then you are forever greater than all of them. So who is the real, unshakable you? Keep exploring that question and absolutely never let anyone else write your reality.